Ever feel like no matter how much you try to save or invest, money just slips through your fingers? Or maybe you think, if only I earned a bit more, everything would fall into place. Here's the thing. It's not just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about the mindset that drives them. Many people dive into financial advice, budgeting tips, saving strategies, investment hacks, but they overlook the one factor that could make or break their success: their money psychology. Shaping your beliefs and emotions about money could unlock doors you didn't even know were there. It's like having the key to a hidden vault of financial potential. So, ready to see how mastering your money mindset can shift your financial reality? Money is deeply influenced by human emotions. Money decisions don't just happen in banks or offices, they happen right at home, in conversations with family and friends. We think we're being logical, but emotions like pride, fear, and even shame often drive our choices. Ever splurged just to feel better or avoided a financial move because of fear? Yup, that's emotions at play, making your wallet decisions as personal as they get. Think about it. How many times have you spent money because of what others might think? Maybe you bought a new phone or a trendy outfit just to keep up appearances. It's not uncommon, and this isn't about judging. It's about recognizing that sometimes our choices come more from ego than practicality. Fear is another huge one. It's that gut feeling that stops us from investing or even asking for a raise. Most people hold back financially because they're afraid of failing or looking foolish. But avoiding risk altogether? That can hold back potential growth. Sometimes, you've got to take a leap to see what's on the other side. Our past shapes our financial habits too. Those family money talks we overheard as kids? They're part of the blueprint we follow today, whether we realize it or not. For instance, if your family struggled with bills, you might either overspend as an adult to escape that memory or hoard every penny to feel secure. Here's the kicker: making money decisions without being aware of these emotional influences is like driving with your eyes half closed. You think you're in control, but there's a lot happening beneath the surface. Recognizing that ego, pride, and past experiences play a role is a big step toward financial clarity and smarter choices. So, how do you take control? Start by asking yourself why you're making each financial decision. If it's ego-driven or fueled by fear, try to pause and rethink. You might even make a checklist to help separate logic from emotion in the moment, because sometimes just taking a breath can lead to a way better outcome. Financial freedom doesn't come from just learning numbers, it comes from learning yourself. Once you get a handle on how emotions steer your choices, you'll find it easier to make clear-headed decisions that actually align with your goals. And that's where the real power lies, in making money work for you, not your emotions. Financial behaviors over knowledge. Knowledge is power, but when it comes to money, behavior often beats book smarts. It doesn't matter if you've read every finance book out there. If you don't have discipline or good habits, that knowledge won't pay off. Think about it. You could know all about investments, but if you spend every dollar you make, where's it gonna get you? A lot of people assume financial success comes down to understanding complex strategies, but often it's the simplest habits that make the biggest difference. Ever wonder why some people with modest incomes build wealth while high earners go broke? It's about behaviors, like living below your means, saving regularly, and knowing when to say no. Our approach to money often comes from life experiences rather than what we learn in school. Someone who's seen financial struggle up close might be more cautious, while others may take risks without thinking. Understanding your own history with money can help you spot behaviors that either help or hurt you. Changing behavior is tough, though, especially if you've seen generations of financial habits around you. But that's where awareness comes in. Start small. Track your spending, even just for a week. Seeing where your money goes can be an eye-opener, and it's one of the first steps to gaining control over those impulsive habits. Habits around money are like muscle memory, they get stronger the more you practice. If saving feels hard at first, start with small amounts and build up gradually. The goal isn't to make a huge change overnight, it's to develop consistent behaviors that stick over the long run. And hey, even with the best behaviors, sometimes things go off course. The important thing is not to let one slip-up knock you down. If you overspend 1 month, don't give up. Instead, figure out what happened and try again. In finance, persistence beats perfection any day. Ultimately, it's about creating habits that put your financial knowledge to work for you. You don't need to know everything about money to build wealth. You just need to know enough and act on it consistently. With the right behaviors, that knowledge will start paying dividends you can feel. Power of compounding and patience. The magic of compounding isn't just a financial concept, it's a game changer. When you invest early and leave your money alone, it starts working for you in ways that can blow your mind. Imagine planting a tree. You don't see much at first, but with time, it grows bigger and stronger, giving you shade and fruit. That's compounding for you. Warren Buffett's success isn't just about stock-picking skills, it's about starting young and letting compounding work its magic. He's famously said his wealth came mostly from living long enough. So, don't underestimate the power of patience. The earlier you start, the bigger the rewards later. Many people get caught up chasing quick gains, but the real magic happens over decades, not days. Think of it like working out. Consistency over time builds real strength. Just as it takes months to see results at the gym, wealth builds gradually when you invest consistently, allowing compounding to do its thing. Compounding isn't about taking huge risks but about letting small, regular investments build momentum. You don't need a big fortune to start. For example, putting away just $100 a month can grow significantly over 20 or 30 years if invested wisely. That's the power of patience and small actions adding up. Sure, it's tempting to check your investments every day, but real growth happens when you let your money grow undisturbed. Constantly shifting your money can interrupt compounding. It's like constantly digging up a plant to see if it's growing roots, it'll never thrive. Patience is key. One great thing about compounding is that it rewards those who hold steady during market ups and downs. Short-term drops can feel scary, but if you keep your cool and stay invested, the long-term growth tends to smooth out the bumps. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market. If you want to see the impact of compounding in your life, start by setting up an automatic investment plan. Whether it's a 401k, an IRA, or a simple investment account, automate it. The less you think about it, the more it'll grow, creating wealth over time without you lifting a finger. Pessimism versus optimism in finance. Finance can feel like a roller coaster, and it's easy to get caught up in pessimism. News often highlights financial crashes and downturns, feeding into a sky is falling mentality. But while setbacks grab our attention, the reality is that financial growth is typically slow and steady. Successful investors learn to ignore short-term noise and focus on the bigger picture. People tend to give pessimism more weight because it feels like caution. But the truth is, this bias can blind you to opportunities. If you're constantly bracing for the next crash, you might miss out on steady growth. Think about it. Had you invested in the market 20 years ago, even with all the ups and downs, you'd still likely see impressive growth today. Optimism in finance isn't about blind faith, it's about understanding historical trends. While markets do dip, they've generally trended upwards over decades. Successful investors look at market history and realize that patience and a long-term view usually reward them well. This balanced optimism keeps them calm during downturns. Now, pessimism does have its place. It can make you cautious, which is good for avoiding risky moves. But letting pessimism control your financial decisions can paralyze you. A healthy dose of optimism helps you take calculated risks, enabling you to build wealth gradually. Imagine not taking a step forward simply because you're afraid of tripping. When setbacks happen, the optimistic mindset is to see it as part of the process rather than a catastrophe. Just like learning from a failed business venture, financial losses can teach valuable lessons. Each dip is a chance to build resilience and refine your approach, instead of letting fear take the wheel. A balanced financial mindset allows you to prepare for risk without letting it take over. Set up an emergency fund, diversify investments, and keep learning, but don't let pessimism stop you from investing altogether. Wealth building requires both optimism and preparation, not fear alone. Lastly, adopting an optimistic approach can actually improve financial outcomes by helping you stay consistent. Knowing that you'll likely see growth over the long run allows you to keep investing during tough times. Like planting seeds, it may take a while, but a steady approach yields the best returns in the end. Luck and risk in financial success. Financial success often involves a blend of skill, luck, and timing. Take Bill Gates, for example. He was not only brilliant but also in the right place at the right time when personal computing was taking off. This blend of skill and circumstance is often overlooked, but it's crucial in understanding that success isn't always about raw talent alone. Recognizing the role of luck doesn't mean downplaying hard work. It simply acknowledges that factors outside your control can impact your journey. Whether it's a sudden market crash or an unexpected opportunity, luck can swing either way. But successful people prepare themselves to seize these lucky breaks when they come. Risk, on the other hand, is something you can manage. Every financial decision involves some degree of uncertainty, but understanding and managing risk separates those who succeed from those who falter. Think of risk as the price you pay for opportunity. Without taking any risks, the chances of substantial financial growth are slim. Acknowledging the presence of luck and risk can actually keep you grounded. It reminds you that setbacks aren't always personal failures. Sometimes, things don't go as planned due to factors you couldn't foresee. This perspective can prevent you from feeling defeated when things don't go your way. Just regroup and adjust your strategy. Building a solid financial foundation helps you manage these ups and downs more effectively. Diversifying investments, having a cash reserve, and staying informed about financial trends can all help you mitigate risk. It's about creating a buffer so that one stroke of bad luck doesn't derail your entire plan. Remember that luck can work in your favor too, often when you least expect it. That's why consistency is key. By sticking to your financial plan through ups and downs, you increase the likelihood of being in the right place at the right time when luck strikes. It's not just about being lucky, it's about being prepared to capitalize on it. Embracing the reality of luck and risk gives you a more balanced approach to wealth building. It lets you take chances while keeping your feet on the ground, avoiding reckless moves but staying open to opportunities. With this mindset, you're better equipped to face whatever financial surprises life throws your way. The hidden nature of true wealth. True wealth isn't about flashy cars or designer clothes. It's about the freedom and security that comes from knowing you're financially stable. A lot of people chase visible luxuries, thinking that's what success looks like. But here's the thing, real wealth is often quiet. It's about having the choice to live life on your own terms, without needing to flaunt it. Imagine not worrying about bills or emergencies because you've built a strong financial foundation. That's what true wealth feels like. We often see people spending on things that don't add real value to their lives, only to keep up appearances. Think about it. How many people do you know who stress over debt just to drive a nice car? Wealthy individuals understand that saving and investing are smarter moves. They'd rather have assets that grow silently in the background than liabilities that make noise. If you want to build true wealth, focus on what grows in the shadows, not what shines in the spotlight. Ever heard the saying, the richest man in the room doesn't have to tell you he's rich? There's truth to that. True wealth isn't about showing off, it's about confidence, security, and peace of mind. The quiet confidence that comes with knowing you've got your finances handled is powerful. Wealth isn't about what people see, it's about what's there when no one's looking. So, are you building your financial life for appearances or for genuine security? Saving is key, but investing is what truly sets wealthy people apart. Imagine each dollar you save is a seed that can grow into something greater. By investing, you're nurturing those seeds into a forest of financial freedom. This doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy life, but it does mean understanding that every dollar spent today is a dollar that won't grow tomorrow. It's about balancing joy now with the freedom you want in the future. The hidden wealth approach isn't about deprivation, it's about delayed gratification. Sure, a luxury vacation now is tempting, but imagine the kind of trips you could take if your wealth grew first. Wealthy people understand this trade-off. They know that by holding off on short-term pleasures, they're setting themselves up for long-term prosperity. Next time you're tempted by an impulse buy, ask yourself if it's worth the cost to your future wealth. Learning to separate needs from wants is a game changer in wealth building. It's easy to get caught up in a cycle of spending on things that lose value fast. But if you start to see money as a tool to reach freedom rather than as a means for momentary pleasures, your whole approach to spending shifts. Imagine how much further your money could go if you invested in things that add value instead of those that just add clutter. Ultimately, wealth is a mindset that values sustainability over flash. It's the quiet accumulation of assets that provide security, rather than liabilities that provide show. Each financial decision can either bring you closer to that freedom or pull you further away. So, every time you think about making a purchase, ask yourself if it's contributing to the wealth you want to build. And remember, the quiet path to wealth often speaks the loudest. Tail events drive success. In the world of finance, big successes often come from a handful of tail events, those rare opportunities or ideas that take off and make up for any failures along the way. Think about companies like Amazon. Their Prime membership and AWS services became massive successes, far outweighing the cost of projects that didn't work out. The lesson here? You don't need to win every time. You just need to hit big on a few crucial opportunities. This mindset is powerful because it frees you from fearing failure. Most people are cautious with money, wanting every decision to be perfect. But the truth is, even the most successful investors and business people face losses. The difference? They're willing to take calculated risks, knowing that one big win can cover many small losses. If you're waiting to make a move until you're sure it'll succeed, you might miss out on game-changing opportunities. Sometimes, it's all about putting yourself in the right place and being ready when luck strikes. Imagine you're investing in stocks or starting a small business. Not every stock will soar, and not every business venture will thrive. But the ones that do succeed can bring returns beyond what you might have thought possible. This is the beauty of tail events. One strong investment can create wealth that compensates for several others that went sideways. So, are you ready to embrace the unpredictability that comes with potential success? People who understand tail events don't avoid risks altogether, they just choose them wisely. They're like a skilled card player, knowing when to fold and when to go all in. It's about balancing caution with boldness, understanding that, sometimes, the only way to achieve something extraordinary is to step out of the ordinary. In finance, that can mean patiently waiting for the right moment and making moves that might look risky to others but have potential for huge returns. Patience plays a big role here. Those who succeed with tail events are often in it for the long haul. They understand that these rare, high-impact moments don't happen every day, so they don't jump at every opportunity. Instead, they study, plan, and invest when the timing aligns with their goals. This patience allows them to capture the kind of success that others miss out on by chasing quick wins. It's about being strategic and selective. Think about it. tail events often require resilience and a willingness to keep going even when things don't look promising. For example, a budding entrepreneur might face years of low profits, but one breakthrough product could change everything. Or an investor might see minimal gains until one stock doubles or triples in value. This approach isn't for everyone, but those who can stick with it often find that the wait was worth it. Ultimately, tail events teach us the value of persistence and strategic risk. They remind us that true success isn't about avoiding failure altogether, but about maximizing those few wins that can make a real difference. It's not about playing it safe. It's about being smart with the risks you take and understanding that sometimes a single opportunity can rewrite your entire financial story. So, as you think about your financial journey, remember that big changes often come from small, unexpected chances. So, now that you've seen the power of understanding money psychology, what's your next move? Are you ready to shift those mental gears and build a mindset that magnetizes wealth? Here's the truth. Money mastery isn't reserved for the select few. It's a skill anyone can develop by training their thoughts, habits, and beliefs. Start small, reflect on one insight you've gained here and apply it. Whether it's embracing patience, thinking long-term, or seeing money as a tool, every step counts. If you're serious about transforming your financial future, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and dive deeper into the journey with us. After all, a wealth mindset begins with the willingness to learn and grow. Let's make it happen together.